Good evening to one and all. Today we are going to discuss about ionization of acids and bases. Ionization of acids and bases. Okay, what is ionization? First here you can observe the acids and bases are both ionic bonds or polar covalent bonds. Here acids and bases are ionic type of bond or polar type of bond. When it is dissolved in water, which can dissociate into cation, positively charged ions, and as well as the negatively charged ions, anions, H plus ions, X minus ions. Okay, when an acid or base dissolving in water, which can dissociate into its ions, is called ionization. Sometimes it is also called dissociation. What is ionization definition? Simply, now I am taking HX is an acid. It is dissolving in water. It can produce H plus ions and as well as a X minus ions. If you take BOH is a base, it is dissolving in water, B plus and OH minus ions. Okay, hydrogen ion, proton, here H plus, B plus, X minus, OH minus ions. Okay, this is called cations. These are called anions. When an acid or base, these compounds dissolving in water to get ionizes into H plus ion proton and anions X minus, and in case BOH dissolving in water, it can produce to get B plus and O minus. Positively charged ions are called cations, negatively charged ions are called anions. Okay, entire this process is called ionization. Ionization. Here you can observe how to identify the, actually in this ionization of acids and bases, to decide the strength of acids and bases. Based on the strength, acids are classified in two types, weak acid and strong acid. Bases also classified in two types, weak base, strong base. Okay. To overcome the limitations of Lewis acid base theory, okay, what are the limitations of Lewis acid base theory? Lewis acid base theory could not explain the strength of acids and bases. Okay, now what is the strong electrolytes? And weak electrolytes. Strong electrolyte means the extent of ions in water is more, then the electrolytes are called strong electrolytes. Simply, all acids and all bases do not ionize into the same extent. All acids and bases do not ionize same extent. It is depending upon the concentration of H plus ions and as well as OH minus ions. Okay, that's why here it is depending on the polarity of the bond between, for example, acids, it is depending upon the polarity of the hydrogen and H plus and X minus ions. For weak for acids. In case bases, it is depending upon the B plus and OH minus ions. It is depending on the polarity of the bond between hydrogen and halogen in case of acids, and on the polarity of bond between B and OH in case of bases. How to decide, sir, if it is a strong electrolyte, it is a weak electrolyte? Simply, the extent of ionization of the substance, the extent of ionization, the extent of ionization is more, it considered as a strong electrolytes. Extent of ionization is large. The extent of ionization is less, then the compounds considered as a weak electrolytes. Example for strong electrolytes. Example for strong electrolytes: strong acids, strong bases. Example for weak electrolytes: weak acids, weak bases. For example, strong acids: HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, etc. Example for strong bases: sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. Example for weak acids: all organic acids are weak acids. Like if you take H2SO3, acetic acid, etc. Weak bases: magnesium hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, etc. Okay, these are all ionization. Thank you.